7 BHS students have been chosen to attend the annual AAAS meeting in Austin, Texas. This week, we talked to them about their projects as well as their hopes for the conference.
So for my project last year, I surveyed alligator populations in Transylvania County trout streams.
What are some real-world applications for your research?
So by surveying for populations of alligators in our streams, that would tell us whether or not whirling disease will be prevalent in our area. And that's really important because the trout industry in Transylvania County is very large. It brings in a very large revenue every year, and a lot of recreation is based on the trout industry. And so by surveying for these populations of tubifex that are responsible for carrying this whirling disease illness, we can provide trout industries with an indicator of whether or not it can be found in our area.
How did you become interested in your topic?
I've always been interested in aquatic research, so doing this project was a way for me to do something that I was interested in, and also it was a way for me to connect locally by doing a project that's very important to our area.
Okay, what is AAAS?
AAAS is an international science convention that takes place every year, and the venue changes every year. This year it will be taking place in Austin, Texas.
What was required to make it this far?
So in order to get to AAAS, first you have to make it past the regional and state levels. And so at the regional and state levels, you have to present a slideshow presentation about your project to a panel of judges. And in addition to that, the judges will also read your research paper. And if you get first place at the state level, you're invited to attend the AAAS convention.
So what do you hope to get out of this experience?
By attending AAAS, I hope to connect with researchers across the globe, and most importantly, I want to share my research with other scientists. I believe that's a really important part of science.
Tell me about your project.
So my project was growing spirulina. We grew that using compounds from Mars dirt and artificial urine.
What are some real-world applications for your research?
Well, we are going to be going to Mars within our lifetime, and there's estimates we could be there by 2030. And once we are there, a food source is needed, which kind of gave impetus for this study.
How did you become interested in your topic?
Man, I became interested in this project because I just love finding simple solutions to really complex problems.
What do you hope to get out of this experience?
I did go to AAAS last year to Boston, and I do hope that I will be able to have as good of food as I had at AAAS last year.
Tell me about your project.
For my time project last year, I took a bunch of wax moth larvae, which are little yellow worms, and I infected them with a disease, a yeast infection, and then I injected them with different plant extracts like golden seal extract, which you can get from Gaia Herbs, and I tried to see if the extract would heal their yeast infections.
What are some real-world applications for your research?
Well, one of the points of my project was to see if wax moth larvae could be used as live testing methods for medicine to replace mice and lab rats.
How did you become interested in this topic?
I read a lot of projects where they used wax moth larvae. I say a lot. There wasn't that many because it's so new, and so I was interested in trying to find a way to replace mice and lab rats to eliminate cruelty.
What do you hope to get out of this experience?
Well, I think it's going to be really interesting. There's a lot of museum tours involved. I'm really excited about that, and I'm hoping to meet some really cool international scientists that can tell me more about their work.